12:14 on this Monday morning as you take a live look outside. Beautiful pictures, and I love all those fall leaves changing colors.
You know, it kind of makes the gray sky bearable, doesn't it? Add a little bit of color and spice to your life.
We've got a couple peaks of sunshine in there, you guys. It's not going to be too bad of a day at all. Even though we did start out pretty chilly, temperatures start out in the mid to even low 20s for many of us, but we're warming up pretty nicely here. 41 degrees currently in Worcester, Orange at 44 degrees, Boston currently in the mid 40s. We're not warming up too much further from here, though. Temperatures are going to be in the low to maybe mid 50s for some of us, actually topping up around 52 degrees. And in addition to some chillier temperatures, we've also got some breezier conditions out of the north again today, similar to yesterday, but not quite as gusty. So sustained winds in Boston right now at 14 miles per hour. Providence looking at sustained winds around 10 miles per hour, but Orange a little bit lighter in the wind category there, about 6 mile per hour winds. Again, highs today are going to be just a hair cooler than yesterday by a couple degrees, nothing terribly significant, but you add in those winds and it does feel a little bit chilly out there. But take a look at tomorrow's temperatures. We're talking about temperatures back into the mid to low 60s, close to 60 degrees in Worcester, Jaffrey close to 60 degrees, but Bedford in the mid 60s at 64. So a great day to get out to the polls. A closer look at our election day forecast here in the morning. It'll be chilly here in Boston, mid to upper 30s, cooler, especially in those typical cool spots as we're looking at clear skies, light winds tonight. So some of us are definitely going to be seeing some temperatures in the upper 20s. Norwood, Orange, you're likely in that category. As we head into tomorrow afternoon, we'll be in the upper 50s, warming up into the low 60s for most of us. So a beautiful day, plenty of sunshine. Look at the overall picture here. We're looking at high pressure that's camped over New England today, and that high pressure sticks around as we head into tomorrow's forecast as well. It isn't until the middle of the work week that we see a front pull through, and that brings us the chance for some wet weather throughout your Wednesday forecast, potentially into early Thursday morning as well. But in terms of rainfall totals, not a whole lot of moisture to work with here. So we'll be looking at most around 1-2 of an inch of rain by Thursday morning with this front. This also ushers in some cooler air. So we're back into the 50s by the middle of the week, mid 50s, and then temperatures drop off actually as we head into next weekend. Here's a look at percentages in terms of what we can expect. Wednesday, a pretty good chance for some showers and just the slight chance for some showers as we head into Thursday morning. By the end of this week, a second front pulls through, and this really reassures that cold air. So by Saturday, we're actually looking at the chance for some flurries even, and temperatures in the mid to low 40s. So again, some cooler air headed our way by the end of your work week. Hopefully you can get outside and enjoy the warm temperatures that are headed our way, especially by tomorrow. Highs today in the mid to low 50s. I think most of us are going to be closer to around 50 degrees. Some of us struggling to reach into the 50-degree mark. Your 7-on-7 forecast showing temperatures are going to be phenomenal as you head out to the polls. Definitely no excuse not to vote.
And still ahead on 7, caught on camera, quite the police chase through the streets of Los Angeles and how it eventually came to a crashing end.
Up next, Massachusetts, one of 5 states voting to legalize marijuana or not. Why experts think California could be the deciding factor.
7 News is brought to you in part by Bassett Furniture.
So 5 states across the country, including Massachusetts and Maine, will be voting for more than a new president tomorrow. They will also be deciding whether or not to legalize marijuana for recreational use.
But one state in particular is considered critical in this controversial issue. 7's Chris Anderson joins us now with more.
Sarah Krista, 20 years ago, the state of California was the first to legalize medical marijuana. Now it could become the largest state to make it legal altogether. And many people believe if it passes there, it could turn the tide for the rest of the country. At Venice Beach in California, a doctor will prescribe you a medical marijuana card for $40. But people on the boardwalk will tell you pot is so easy to get that some people don't even bother with a prescription.
You can just come here, it feels like Amsterdam or something like that.
On the ballot in Massachusetts, California, Arizona, Nevada, and Maine, whether to legalize. For most states, that means 6 plants for personal use and allows people over 21 to buy up to an ounce.
So this is what an ounce looks like.
This is an ounce, 28 grams.
While in Maine, voters will be asked to legalize up to 2.5 ounces. Nationwide, polls are showing support for pot is at an all-time high. This election cycle, 57% of Americans are in favor of legalization. In Colorado, the first state to legalize recreational use, the governor, once opposed to legislation, is now optimistic.
I step back now and I look at it and I say, you know, it might work.
It just might work.
But in the Colorado town of Pueblo, voters are being asked if they want to repeal legalization, while the district attorney from Denver has written a letter to California saying they have seen an increase in crime, marijuana-related traffic deaths, and calls to poison control. And in California, those opposed to legalization are taking to the airwaves with ads warning about the danger to kids.
Children could be exposed to ads promoting marijuana gummy candy and brownies, the same products blamed for a spike in emergency room visits in Colorado.
If the measure passes in California, the marijuana market could be bigger than the economies of some small countries. Experts estimate it could bring in over $1 billion in tax revenue alone.
If California votes yes, it's legitimately the beginning of the end of the war on marijuana in the United States of America. Period, full stop.
And when it comes to the rest of the country, experts estimate the industry could reach $40 billion in marijuana sales by the year 2020. In the newsroom, Chris Anderson, 7 News.
Chris, thank you. Coming up on 7, turkey trouble. Some people forced to call 911 after the birds trapped them inside of their cars.
But up next, get ready for Who Did It Better. Bree Eggers in a sneaker challenge going up against a local Olympian.
The tricky part. How tricky was this, Abby?
7 News is brought to you in part by WeatherTech Automotive Accessories.
Okay, it's Monday, and that means it's time for Who Did It Better.
So today, Bree Eggers is going up against a local Olympian who inspired the world with her sportsmanship. So be sure to pay attention because you have to decide who did it better.
She may not have gotten the chance to medal after getting hurt during her first race in Rio, but today, Olympian Abby D'Agostino is going for gold in our sneaker showdown.
This is awesome to have you here.
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you.
The challenge? See how fast we can complete part of the sneaker assembly process at the New Balance global flagship store in Brighton.
Have you ever done this before?
Witnessed it being done by the experts, never done it.
So you'll take this.
Before things kicked off, our expert Patty explained the process.
You just gotta condition it a little bit. That's what it looks like when I take off my bowling shoes.
We then had to place it on a mold, outline the bottom with a blacklight marker, prime it, and then paint on rubber cement.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Make your shoe. Yep, get it on there. You're supposed to push that button a few times is what they said.
Feel soft.
Put it on your block. Use your horn. Beep, beep. Oh, you're doing a really good job. Oh, you missed a spot.
I feel like this is doing
Prepping the sole. This is the glue.
Don't touch this with your bare hands. Yeah. Put it on. You're good, you're good. Is that it? Am I done? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, gotta steam it. Gotta make sure all the stank's in there. Yep. Gotta use the shoehorn. Okay, now we draw. I'm gonna name this one the Air Breezy. Am I doing this right? You gave her a lot more help than this.
You're good.
I feel like I'm dripping glue everywhere. Having a hard time breathing here. Okay, this is taking way too long. I think that's it.
The first steps were complete, but we weren't done yet. After letting the pieces set, we had 15 seconds to put them together.
Toe first. That's good.
Oh, it's like already sticking.
Yeah. Good, good. How tricky was this, Abby?
It does stick quite a bit faster than you think.
In the end, I completed the timed part of the process in 4 minutes and 6 seconds, with only a little bit of the rubber cement showing on the sneaker. Abby sprinted through the challenge in just 3 minutes and 17 seconds, but her excess amount of cement may have stuck her shoe on the sidelines.
But well done.
Air Breezy just didn't live up to the unnamed shoe.
It didn't, but we were
the champion.
Yeah, we'll see because you get to decide who did it better. So make sure to head over to WHDH.com and vote. And as Bree said, now it's up to you to decide who did it better. Head on over to our website, WHDH.com, and vote. And of course, we'll have those results for you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
All right, we have much more to come in the next half hour of 7 News right here, including a big night for a local musician. She's hoping to advance even further on The Voice.
Plus, we have a big cool down headed our way. The timing on that in just a moment. And we'll go back to the campaign trail for the very latest as we count down to Election Day.
And we're tracking breaking news. 7 people, including a student, taken to the hospital after they were overcome by fumes at the Manville School in Mission Hill. We'll be right back.